Now, back to you as the former peak performing sales rep who's now a sales manager. Do you want to leave people alone, or should you be focused on what's best for the team? We've got to be thinking about what's best for the team. Let me ask you a point. Why do you think we as sales managers find it pretty comfortable to leave these people alone out there doing their own thing?
They produce.
Well, they produce, and what else? Yeah, and what did your boss do with you? That's what you did. That's what your boss did with you. When you were emerging as a contributor, you're starting to generate numbers. Your boss left you alone, and you figured, as long as my boss leaves me alone, I must be successful. So then you move up into management, and guess what? You start to have highly productive salespeople that report to you, and you go down this road of leaving them alone. The problem is that some of these people aren't you. You see, you didn't engage in detrimental behaviors that tore down the fabric of the team because you wouldn't be here if you did. They're not like you unless we take a more active, proactive role in trying to develop them. That's what I'm getting at. If you have left some people alone out there, you've got a prima donna. What do you do now? You leave that person alone out there, let them continue to do their own thing, or do you want to try to bring them back in to share their talents, skills, and energies with other people on the team? I think you got to bring them in. You got to look for opportunities like mentoring, like sponsoring, like delivering sales meetings, like field rides with some of the developing people. Different activities, proactive activities that you can take to try to bring them in. And the example I like to use here is the Chicago Bulls. Right? We've got some people from Chicago. During their heyday back in the early 90s, they won 5 world championships? 6, sorry. All right. The quintessential solo flyer, Michael Jordan. Now, the Bulls won about 82% of every basketball game they competed in, except when Michael Jordan scored more than 50 points. They lost. Their winning percentage was less than 500. And Phil Jackson, who was the coach of the Bulls at the time, he looked at the numbers. He says, Michael, when you sit out on the perimeter and you bomb these threes, everybody else is standing around watching you. What I need you to do is share, dish off, assist the other players, and guess what happened to everybody else? Everybody else on the team got better. So I think that's what we need to be thinking about here. If you've got some people that have developed these left alone instincts into solo flyer mindsets, the behavior that's detrimental to the team, think about how you can bring them back in and begin to share their talents, skills, energies, just like Phil Jackson did with the Chicago Bulls to win all those championships.